YouTube, we here. We about to get started in a second. www.the2jamradio.com. It's Friday, and y'all know on Fridays we keep it real with real lows. My co-host has just arrived. So we're gonna get straight into the topic after I introduce everybody in the room. But my co-host is here, so I wanna let her say her name real quick.
I'm his co-host, and he has another co-host that he's bringing to the table. No. That's not what you said.
First off, we're keeping it real low.
That's why I'm being real right now.
My newest co-host has arrived.
Clean that shit up.
I just want to shout her out. She's in the building. And the queen of all things, Indy, is in the building, Miss Lovey.
I'm just a bitch-ass nigga.
I just introduced you to somebody, so I was trying to give it time to reprocess before I introduce you right again. Miss Lovey, the queen of all things, Indy, she's trying to keep it real tonight. My brother's in the building as well.
Roy, why you ain't got your shit on, Roy?
Oh, I know.
What you think this is?
Roy ain't acting brand new.
He done came out his hoodie and said, fuck the show.
God damn, Roy.
That's how you do it, Roy.
Say what up to the people, Roy.
What's going on, everybody?
We got a new special guest. A new co-host.
Yeah, we got a new co-host.
We got special guest Paul Tizzle in the building.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to see his face.
Clearly.
Y'all gotta see this nigga's face, y'all.
I'm not introducing nobody else tonight.
I will, I promise.
I hope Asia don't show up because I ain't introducing her either when she walk in. So you introduce her. She want to introduce everybody.
Nobody. I don't want to introduce nobody.
It's going down. It's Fridays. We keeping it real low, and we just having a good time. I want to shout out everybody that just came. I appreciate y'all rocking with us online as well. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. We have the lovely Miss.
I'm Britt. I don't really know what y'all want to know. I don't know what y'all want to know.
How tall are you? Where are you from?
Okay. So I am from Louisiana. I'm from Lake Charles. So I'm a little country.
Can you cook?
Just a little bit. No.
Oh,
my family knows how to cook real well though, so I eat real good.
Oh.
She said my family know how to cook. I can't cook, but my family do.
My family know how to cook, and they cook all the time, so I eat real good.
We're gonna need you to pick up a few recipes because we do station outings and we be needing food.
What? I can bake y'all something.
Okay.
See, don't get.
That's even better than cooking around here.
I can't fry stuff. I can bake and grill stuff.
Okay, that's better than nothing.
Cool. Yeah, we'll eat anything over here.
Meal, though. That's not cool. You gotta bring the side.
We gonna eat whatever you put on that plate here at Love the Jam Radio. Just kick it and have a good time. You are from Houston, Texas, correct? No, you from Louisiana. You're from Louisiana.
I'm from Lake Charles.
She's from Lake Charles. No, I was gonna ask her what high school she went to.
Well, I did go to high school here.
Oh, so you did go to high school here?
Yeah, I graduated from Nimitz.
You heard it.
Okay. What year did you come out?
Okay, so I graduated in 2011.
Okay.
So what is the Cougars?
Okay.
But it's really weird though, because I went to like Nimitz and then I went to Oak Ridge back to Nimitz. So it's like you go from a predominantly black school to all white school. So,
yep.
So it was a big.
So what you just what you do, slide in between or?
Well, for me, like I did sports and I was in cheerleading, so it was easy for me to adjust. But it was definitely a double standard because at Nimitz you get the stigma of like, oh, okay, she's a little Creole mixed little girl, like she not black, like she like a black white girl. And then you go to the white school, and they like, you don't act black, you don't have black people hair. I'm like, what is black people hair? It's definitely like a culture shock to go from one.
You go out with us tonight, I'll show you what black people hair is. We're gonna have some black people hair in the building. You don't know what it is, I'm gonna show you.
You'll smell it first.
Keep it away from the fire.
Smell like new popes. And rainbow.
Rainbow.
The clothing store.
Rainbow in the long facts. 579 and all.
Oh, y'all going back on it.
Yeah. So where she was at with it.
So since you did go to two different schools, what did you like most about each school? Like, what did you like most about Nimitz and Oak Ridge?
I think that Nimitz gets a bad rep just because it's Aldine. And because, they have, like, metal detectors and everything like that. But
y'all had that?
Yeah, but I will say it was just because people made threats, but I've never once had anybody shoot up the school while I was going to school there or anything like that. And they were really good with academics. And when I went to Oak Ridge, which was all white, we had threats kids were selling coke. It's like a definitely like.
See, I went to see King, and I ended up graduating from Cashmere, so that was like from white to black for me.
Yeah.
And it was like at Cashmere, I don't think you gotta worry about people smoking weed in the bathroom, like doing shit they ain't supposed to be doing on stairs.
And then you go to the white school.
Then you go to the white school. We got bomb threats. We outside standing in the heat, like y'all playing with people's lives. Like play with your own life. So I think it's better to be at a black school because you get to make that choice.
It's a stereotype for sure. It's a big stereotype.
But that's the truth though. Like Roy I think Roy went to see King his whole life, so he knows like different than white. When I got to Cashmere, it was a completely different like world, and I'm black, but I got to see like black people who just don't give a damn.
black people.
So I thought, I'm listening to music and everything and trying to relate to things I hear in music, but when I got to Cashmere and I got to see the real and some of the stuff people do for no reason, and then like you would think like you would see more racism at a white school. But we had Cashmere, we had a white substitute come in. They flipped off the lights and threw like a whole stool at her. And I'm like, this is crazy to me. And then like 7 people got expelled because they plotted in on and all that stuff. And it's like, we get racism that happened to us, but going to school and being in high school and seeing students do this to a teacher,
it's annoying.
And see, King, you couldn't even look at a teacher like you wanted to put your hands on her because you out of there. They was expelling for everything. So I understand what you like, how you say how big of a difference it is, and it's just like something that you got to quickly. When I got to Cashmere, I had to quickly adapt. Because it's like I would have seemed out of place. They probably would have put me in a slow class just for being right, So.
But for me, I guess just because like it's like you can't win for losing. Like when I moved here in the 7th grade, about to be 8th grade. That was Hurricane Rita, Hurricane Katrina. So all the Louisiana kids were here. So the Houston kids, they didn't really want to fool with us. They was like, y'all trying to take over our city. This is our city. Like y'all don't run nothing. So it was like fights all the time. Yeah. So it's like literally I got like the double standard of like, okay, you can't win for losing because if you quiet, then you think you're too good. You smart, so you got your head above your ass or your shoulders. Or you carry yourself well, so you're bougie. And then I'm light skinned to top it off. So I just couldn't win for losing. So I had to let them know a few times. Like, don't let this bougie face fool you. I had to get with him a few times.
So you had to go fights in high school?
Listen, my mama said...
She looked at me like I had a lot of fights in high school.
My mama said, not in high school because they knew, but in middle school,
Oh, and they ain't know no better.
Yeah, because my mama told me, she said, all right now, if they put their hands on you and they beat your butt, I'm going to beat your butt when you get home. So pick which one you going to do. Yeah,
you got to defend yourself. So,
yeah, for sure. So
no, that's the right thing, but it's good that eventually people grow and they learn who they are, and then they actually get to learn who you are. Because once we remove all the little petty stuff out the way, like we actually can see, oh, she cool, oh, she plays sports, oh, I gotta pass her the ball, she gotta pass to me, like.
Yeah, and people be like, oh, you look so mean, but you're not like that at all. But it's because my face, I do have like.
You do be mugging though. When I first met you, you was mugging.
But that's my face. Like it's not me mugging. I promise. Like I look like I have like a what's called a resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Bitch face.
I've been working on mine.
But I'm not like that. Like, but I will say I cannot hide my facial expression. If I don't mess with you, like you can tell because I cannot hide it. I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna be rude. I just cannot hide my like. You try to speak to me and you know I don't fool with you.
Oh
I'm
no!
just gonna look at you like.
You can still just speak back.
No, I can't.
That would hurt.
You don't have to be ugly. You can just like if somebody know you don't rock with them, like.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in this industry, friends, unfortunately, you have to like you find yourself perfecting the art of the pleasant, you don't necessarily have to say anything with your words. You just say stuff with your presence. And you make yourself pretty much unapproachable. Like, people don't talk to me, they don't fuck with me, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because they're intimidated or they feel like, what the fuck is she going to say? She's going to embarrass me. She's going to make me feel stupid, whatever.
No, they say you going to hold them accountable. That's what they say.
Or that. But that's not bad. That's a good thing.
Exactly.
But a lot, in this realm at times is not necessarily looked at as a good thing. So a lot of stigma can come with it. But there's a lot of people that I wouldn't necessarily fuck with because I don't really dig their energy, but I do business with them because we have to do business.
You gotta do business.
Exactly. So you end up, you're gonna bump into these people. You're gonna see them because the circuit is so small. So it's a more like a. Y'all can't see me that's listening, but if you can see me now, I'm demonstrating my resting bitch face, but with pleasantries. Like, they're like, hey, Lovey, and I'm like, Miss Lovey.
Hey, you do that to me sometimes.
I don't.
No,
Miss
but
Lovey.
see, that's a difference. Like, it's a difference from, like, being grown. Like, that is being an adult. You're being grown. Like, you handling your business. You don't have to be ugly. You don't have to be rude.
But I am really ugly and rude.
Amen.
But you can still, but my point is, what you're saying is you can still be cordial with somebody that you don't necessarily fool with. That is fine.
The point I was making was that you are going to end up bumping into more people who rub your wrong way and then smile. You know what I'm saying? Just than not. More often than not.
And
for sure.
It is crazy in the industry because, like you said, she's right in her thinking of it, and she can tell an artist like, "Hey, you might want to check your production. It sounds a little muddy in the background," and they will get offended. And it's like, no, I'm just trying to help you. Like, I hear this when I'm listening in my car. I hear it, and I don't like that sound. But artists just take offense to it, then they'll stop fucking with Love. And it's like, well, why you stop fucking with her, man? She be talking shit. She ain't talking shit. She's literally telling you, I love music and I want your music to sound right.
But not everybody can take constructive criticism.
True.
I know.
You literally have to learn. Like, I know for me, like working, for example, when I first started college, I wanted to be a journalist. Like, I love
journalism. Is awesome.
I love, like, I actually am working on a blog. Like, I love journalism.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I love journalism. I love, like, media. I love entertainment.
So welcome.
Yeah. And that's actually how I met Rillos. Through Carlos
Wallace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Carlos is like...
I love Carlos Wallace.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I do. Shout out to my boy, Life's Not Complicated, You
So,
Are.
I got the book on my dresser right now.
Yeah, I love that. His videos give me life every day.
Yeah,
so.
I love Carlos. Carlos is like Papa Carlos.
Yes, I'm sad that he moved, but I'm glad that he moved.
No, he's doing big things.
Yeah, so I'm sad he's moved, but at the same time, I'm glad that he's moved on.
And he's always here.
Yeah, he is always here.
So he didn't really move.
Yeah, true.
No, but when Carlos, he allowed me to like intern with him. So I was able to see different aspects of the media. So I met so many people. Like, I'm very cool with like Billy Terrell, I met Coco Brown, who am I really cool with? Like Terry Gross. And so all these people, they really like...
Hold on, wait a minute.
That wasn't me.
I'm mad everybody looking around like it wasn't me looking at us. Like, who did that? Paula,
you saw what I did? I stayed still. I didn't want it to even look like I moved.
Paul, look, he stopped like... It was you, Paul?
Then the phone.
He blamed the phone.
It was the phone.
It was the phone.
We appreciate your honesty, Paul. Shout out to Paul. I saw myself all the way from Memphis. He do a lot of work in Atlanta and whatnot. So we gonna get with him. You want to take a break?
Yeah, we can take a quick break.
Okay,
Appreciate y'all tuning in. That's just the first half of speaking with Miss Britt, who's gonna be joining us. And we'll go from there. Keeping it real, Rillos, www.love2jamradio.com.
was able to see different aspects of the media. So I met so many people. Like, I'm very cool with like Billy Terrell, I met Coco Brown, who am I really cool with? Like Terry Gross. And so all these people, they like...
Hold on, wait a minute.
That wasn't me.
I'm mad everybody looking around like it wasn't me looking at us. Like, who did that? Paula,
you saw what I did? I stayed still. I didn't want it to even look like I moved.
Paul, look, he stopped like... It was the phone.
Then the phone.
He blamed the phone.
It was the phone.
It was the phone.
We
You know,
appreciate
Sarah
your
be
honesty,
fucking
Bob.
up.
I saw myself all the way from Memphis. He do a lot of work in Atlanta and whatnot. So we gonna get with him. You want to take a break?
Yeah, we can take a quick break.
Okay, let's
Appreciate y'all tuning in. That's just
Right.
the first half of speaking with Miss Britt, who's going to be joining us. And we'll go from there. Keeping it real, real lows. www.love2jamradio.com.
Free. Now I'm sliding down your block like it's a job to me. And my bitch so bad she should be locked in TDC. You ain't gotta look cause on your block is where I be. My OG checking in my room hoping ain't RIP. My OG call like Miko, where you at? Yo, P.O. here, I think that he on bullshit. My granny call like Miko, where you at? Yo, food getting cold, you need to come and eat this shit. I told my mother and granny I'll be back. I gotta get this money so y'all can spend that shit. I told my mother and granny I'll be back. I gotta get this money so y'all can spend that shit. I gotta get it, I swear I have to. Any human that ever doubted me, I'ma pass you. And there's some bitches that owe me pussy, but I ain't gon' stretch that shit. I'll just call up Lil 2-3 and just go stretch that bitch. Now I'm sliding down your block like it's a job to me. And my bitch so bad she should be locked in TDC. You ain't gotta look cause on your block is where I be. My OG checking in my room hoping I ain't RIP. My OG call like Miko, where you at? Yo, P.O. here, I think that he on bullshit. My granny call like Miko, where you at? Yo, food getting cold, you need to come and eat this shit. I told my mother and granny I'll be back. I gotta get this money so y'all can spend that shit. I told my mother and granny I'll be back. I gotta get this money so y'all can spend that shit.
Girl, where you taking me?
You'll see.
What is this place?
Come on. Are you ready?
We're going to do a Would You Rather, too,
Yikes.
for Miss Britt. www.love2jamradio.com. It's going down this Friday, and on Fridays we keep it real with Real Los. I'm comedian Real Los. We got Miss Lovey in the building. Say what up to the people.
How y'all doing? I'm just a fantastic guy.
And we got a gang of people in the building. We got my brother in the building, Miss Zen. Shay just walked in. Mr. Paul Tut.
I
And
say myself.
what's your name again?
J.R. Banks.
J.R. Banks. I had Banks. I didn't know the first part, though. But hey,
Banksy.
I'm going to get it by the end of
Keep
the
your
night.
head together in
And
the
we got
game.
Miss Britt in the building.
Hey.
So, what you been up to as of late, Miss Britt? What you been up to before radio? What you been doing?
So I just had a baby.
What?
Congratulations.
I like y'all. I didn't just have a shit. About to be 3 next month.
Oh. She said 3. I'm not gonna play with her.
She's walking.
Take my round of applause back.
No, but I'm just like learning the balance of being a new mom still. Trying to figure out how to have a personal life and still do my own thing while not getting lost in motherhood. I also just graduated college.
Well, congratulations.
I really did just graduate.
Yeah, I knew that one was real.
What'd you get a degree in?
In science, so it's in medical science. So let me back up. So when I first started college, I majored in communications. Wanted to be a journalist. After I interned, I also interned with the news station, and it was just really, I loved it, but from the business side of it, it's very commercialized, and there's not a lot of room for growth.
No,
that
it's
you
not.
think
And
it
plus,
is.
them folks be old, 65 up there.
Unless, I'm not going to even lie to y'all, unless somebody that's been a reporter
Vets
is either
you.
retired or has passed away,
You ain't getting
you're
in.
not getting in.
Or you get vetted in, like
Yeah.
on somebody's nephew, cousin, sister-in-law. I already know. That's why.
And you get some people that do make it in, but they don't really make it in. They do like small, they be in the background.
Right.
They do all the hard work, pulling pull. It's a lot of work to pull those reports, and then you gotta go through, still get the facts.
Fact
You
check.
can't just pull it.
Mhm.
So you still
And
gotta
rock
get
with
the
it.
facts. You still, and then you give it to the reporter. They still gotta double check it. So it's a lot of behind the scenes that people don't really know about.
It's true.
So I found out I was pregnant. And so for me, I was like, okay, well, now I can't just think about myself. I got a whole human being that I have to think about. So what?
So you have a baby daddy or you got a man?
No, I have an ex, but I don't want to call him a baby daddy because he not like, when I think of a baby daddy, I think of just like.
Oh, you know what I
like,
meant when I
I
asked.
think of,
I meant baby daddy. He
Yeah.
got a baby daddy.
No, he
Good.
got
Okay,
a
cool. So
baby.
everything's good. That's what I'm
I have
saying.
an ex, I have a child's father.
Okay, well that's good. That's respectable. Some niggas is baby daddies, and you know it.
Yeah, I know, he's not a baby daddy.
Okay, good. Shout out to.
Shout out to the daddies taking care of their kids.
Appreciate that.
I hate you, boy.
No, but so I just had to really make things, and my next thing was like, okay, what are you really interested in that you're really good at that can make you a lot of money and take care of your child? And I've always wanted to be in the medical field. There's a lot of room for growth, all that stuff. So I was like, okay, this is a good, not my backup plan, but this is another plan. So I was like, okay, and I could still pursue journalism as I wanted. So I could still, there's a lot of things individually you could do with journalism.
Freelance, right?
Exactly. There's so many things. So
Right.
it wasn't as if I was losing myself. I just had to think of my child. So that's all I've been doing. So now I work in the hospital, in the heart and transplant clinic. I actually work in a medical center. So I'll be starting nursing school summer 2020.
Whoa,
Congratulations.
Major kid alert.
Right.
Thank you. So that's all I've been up to. Just trying to make this money.
Cool. And now she's interested in radio.
I need cheese for this egg. You know.
We gotta find out what she good at on radio, whether she's interviewing or she might just do some freestyle singing for us or something like that. I do the freestyle rapping.
No, you got the singing and the rapping.
No, I don't. That is a lie. But hey, can you give the people your social media?
Okay, yeah, so my Instagram is Brit_baby. That's actually my nickname. Baby is spelled B-A-Y-B with 5 E's. So not 3, not 4, but 5. That's the same thing with my Snapchat. It's also the same. And then my Facebook is Brit Janae. So you can catch me on either one of those. Most likely, I'll be on Instagram or Snapchat.
What was it? B-A-Y?
So BRITT
Oh, I missed the T.
_,
Mm-hmm.
baby. So BAY B, and then it's 5 E's. I really don't know why I made it so long, y'all. I made this when I was like super young, and I just changed the photos and updated. But it's
You was like, I'm gonna really fuck him up with this one.
Oh, your daughter is beautiful.
oh, thank you.
Oh, look at the little pony. Sorry.
I wish the listeners could see the picture you're looking at.
She's way bigger than that now. She's
Yeah.
tall. She's real tall.
Okay. That's what's up. Motherhood.
All right, so before we switch it around a little bit, we're gonna play a quick game of Would You Rather.
Ooh.
I only know one question, so that's gonna be the question of the night.
I hate you, Boris.
How you only know one question?
There's more.
Lovey
Sweet
usually
retarded.
I can't remember the rest of them. Lovey had a whole list she reads off of.
Well, maybe you should ask her to let you.
No, she don't want to find it.
I don't got that phone.
Oh,
Sherry
see?
got it.
Okay, so would you rather eat shit that tastes like cake or cake that tastes like shit? Did I say it the wrong way, Lovey?
Is that wrong? I feel like something was wrong.
See, I told you not to say it like
All right,
that.
look, let her say it.
Would you rather have shit flavored cake or cake flavored shit? Would you rather have shit flavored cake or cake flavored shit?
Either way, it's nasty. I guess the shit flavored cake.
Thank you. It's still cake.
Because it's cake, because you're eating food.
Yes, cake.
Why would you want to eat cake flavored shit?
I picked cake flavored shit because I like cake, okay? And
Okay,
I don't
so
want
you
it to
shit.
ruin cake for me by eating cake that tastes like shit. I'd
That actually
rather
makes sense.
have a shit that tastes like cake and be like, wow, this is cake. Like, wow, this is cake.
I couldn't even eat a cake.
JR, don't worry, you're next.
He jumped out.
I couldn't even eat a cake that looked like shit.
We're not gonna go back to Granny's blueberry shit cake.
Yeah.
Roy, you was Roy.
Granny fucked me up with that one.
What he said, Roy? Blueberry
The
shit
blueberry,
cake.
yes. I'd have died if I ate that.
You stupid in here. Who
But,
else?
yeah, let's get
J.R.
him too.
Banks.
Yeah, he try. You know,
He laughing
nigga
too
try to
hard.
play it out when they pull out their phone. Like, let me act like I'm texting somebody. Maybe they want to
And
ask
he
me.
looked like it was important too. No, nigga.
Come on, you need to hear the question again.
Nah, I know what it is.
He was laughing too hard. He about to say he was.
Yeah, it'll be the same as what she said. Like, I can't eat shit. Period. Like
Thank you.
whatever it is. Like
I eat anything else, but if you put shit on that plate, nope,
shit favorite cake. Yeah, I can't.
nope.
What about Paul Tutt? This I got
It's just
it.
the word shit. Throw you off.
What other word would you prefer to go right now? Boo?
Boo boo flavored cake or cake flavored boo boo?
I guess real shit.
Huh?
I guess it's like artificial flavor shit.
However you want to slice it. However you want to slice it.
Y'all need to
Artificial
try
flavor
those
shit.
jelly beans. That's what y'all need to do.
Shit
Y'all-
flavored jelly beans?
Yeah, y'all haven't seen those jelly beans?
Shit flavored ones?
They have, they have different flavors. So there's like a poop flavored one. There's a
Oh,
booger
hell
flavored one.
I'll fight the person who made
There's
that
a
one.
vomit flavored one.
That's why I only fuck with Starburst. They don't be with the bullshit.
I want to be able to read what I'm about to eat.
No,
With
so
jelly
on
beans,
the
you
box-
I don't
guessing.
like to read.
No, on the box though, they just it tells you which one is which, but you don't know what you're getting because they're different colors. So it does the color.
But
doesn't
is it
match up.
flavored as the
Yeah,
Oh,
So it
see,
tastes
nah.
like a booger and it tastes like.
it tastes like vomit. It tastes like shit. It
Why
tastes
would
like-
someone want a vomit a
Yeah.
vomit bean?
It's because it's exciting to
Nope.
try to figure out what you're tasting.
Oh,
You haven't
no.
seen those kids doing that on YouTube?
No,
Nuh-uh.
I have not.
Nah,
Perhaps
like
I'm old school.
On Starburst, you can read the wrapper. Like if it say,
It's even a
if
picture
it's-
of the fruit.
If it say vomit on the wrapper, I'm not opening that Starburst.
They got the picture of a little pile of vomit, like on
And
a school
if
I
bus.
haven't seen no grown-ups do it, but I've seen some kids do it.
Are the jelly
wrong
beans
with
like
this
mixed
generation?
up or they divided? You can go actually
No,
pick the
they're
one you.
mixed up.
Oh no, see, I
gotta
can't
guess.
do that.
There's
I
a
be
thrill
eating
in
my-
it.
You
taste.
don't know what it is. You
Ugh.
just-
No, when I eat candy, I just want to be able to reach in the bag and grab it.
Some of them are regular, like some of them are regular flavors, so that's how they get you.
Oh,
They ain't
no,
getting
they ain't
me.
gonna get me.
I need not with them irregular flavors in there. Fuck no.
I want red, green. That's it.
It's a kiwi. It's a
Yeah.
picture of an apple. A mystery flavor, but you know
I'm
what
trying to
it is.
figure out how she said she gonna eat some shit, but she can't eat no jelly beans.
Now wait a minute. Now there's a difference. There's a difference between eating shit and jelly beans. Okay, you talking about years and years and years of this delicious snack. Easter after Easter. Okay, Easter basket after Easter basket.
It's gonna change you forever.
No, I can't. No, you can't do that to jelly beans.
That's not right.
Yeah, that
the
ain't
fact
cool.
that her little evil
Yeah.
mind went there is disturbing.
Yeah, we gotta watch this one.
We gotta watch her. Jeez.
24-hour surveillance for
Right.
this break.
She is diabolical.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We appreciate you coming out and rocking with us. Great vibes. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to switch the seats around. We're going to get into it with our next guest. And I believe she has brought a gift with her. www.love2jamradio.com.
Mystery flavor, but you know
I'm
what
trying to
it is.
figure out how she said she gonna eat some shit, but she can't eat no jelly beans.
Now wait a minute. Now there's a difference between eating shit and jelly beans. Okay, you talking about years and years and years of this delicious snack. Easter after Easter. Okay, Easter basket after Easter basket.
It's gonna change you forever.
No, I can't. No, you can't do that to jelly beans.
That's not right.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
Her little evil mind went there. It's disturbing.
Yeah, we gotta watch this one.
We gotta watch her. Jeez.
24-hour surveillance for Miss Brick.
She is diabolical.
We're going to take a quick break. We appreciate you coming out and rocking with us. Great vibes. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to switch the seats around. We're going to get into it with our next guest. And I believe she has brought a gift with her. www.love2jamradio.com.
You can bet on me fucking up the game. H-time, man. Slow, loud, purple, yeah. Dripping, got my H's on the flipping, got me seen a ton. Smoking on some stickies, yeah. Slow, loud, purple, yeah. Dripping, got my H's on the flipping, got me seen a ton. Smoking on some stickies, yeah. Slow, loud, purple, yeah. Dripping, got my H's on the flipping, got me seen a ton. Smoking on some stickies, yeah. Slow, loud, purple, yeah. Dripping, got my H's on the flipping, got me seen a ton. Smoking on some stickies, yeah. Slow, loud, and I'm banging. Cheapin' while I'm lane changing. Stains all on the pavement. Praising God cause we made it. Living lavish ain't my motivation. You and me, there's no correlation. I just wanna see my people winning. I got the muscle and the dedication. Go get a nigga attitude. Them old heads give them gratitude. A long time I've been paying dues. Now I'm front line with my running shoes. Where we running to? It's the money bag. I'm in my act, got my haters mad. I'm in a farm, but it ain't a jag. But it give me everywhere the money at. Dripping, got my H's on the flipping, got me seen a ton. Smoking on some stickies, yeah. Slow, loud, purple gun. Dripping, got my H's on the flipping, got me seen a ton. Smoking on some stickies, yeah. Slow, loud, purple gun. Dripping, got my H's on the flipping, got me seen a ton. Smoking on some stickies, yeah. Slow, loud, purple gun. Dripping, got my H's on the flipping, got me seen a ton. Smoking on some stickies, yeah.
I'm no stranger. From Texas, I ain't no ranger. I talk to God on a day-to-day, cause us real niggas in danger. And R.I.P. my niggas streets, you always kept it player. I light a split for that good shit, feel like I'm on the Himalayas. And niggas been going in since going back to using pages. One for fade to bow the Dodger, paper fade with the razors. Big fly niggas, boys be hating on the flavor, but they chicks be on the board and treat a nigga like he major. Drinking sticky green, yep, that's the party favors. Mr. Drink with the Sprite plus a couple lifesavers. Shorty feeling good, shaking what her mama gave her. Wanna hit her with the wood, it's precise like a laser.
Stay out base, social dance, straight to a beat. 2019, no local shit, nigga. Talk to him, homie. Let's go.
chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Chick when I, chick when I. Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I? Don't I look like a chick when I?
No local. Central beat. Sosa, boy. Man, pop your shit. Man, pop your shit.
Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Chick when I, chick when I. Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I? Don't I look like a chick when I? Chick when I, chick when I. Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Chick when I, chick when I. Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I? Don't I look like a chick when I? Chick when I, chick when I.
Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Make your hoe come correct when she talk. Diamonds light up like they tick when it's sparking. That black on black match so perfect when it pop. Christian Louboutin swag, I address how I talk. They gon' have to come clean up this mess I left. Y'all got no S on my chest, but I'm blessed with no fault. Presidential roll, it's no baguettes, but it calls. Creeping on to come up like a mate ball. Corner pocket with the rocket finna take off. Big bang rolls, but I'm nowhere near a Rafe, y'all. Stacking money higher than the fly sky straight dog. Who you know can do it better than a J-R? Put me on the tuner and I go local like a Nate dog. Say it's 7 wonders of the world, but I'm the 8th dog. Treading on the competition, straddling a great wall.
Don't I look like a chick when I walk?
I trim when I walk like a handgun suppress, assassinate. Cause this right here, shit right here, young niggas, the best shit you never heard yet. Plus I always been fly. And the 757 got the Vendetta Beretta to a nigga with designer. Gucci Louis Prada, Righteous Epic Sonata, keep a double G of every rapper. I'm like a
hey. Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Chick when I, chick when I. Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I? Don't I look like a chick when I? Chick when I, chick when I. Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Chick when I, chick when I. Don't I look like a chick when I walk? Don't I look like a chick when I? Don't I look like a chick when I? Chick when I, chick when I.
Yeah. They step back when they see me like they hardened, son. With his chicks, so we looking like pardon, son. 45-inch ass and it's worth the ton. Weave long, so they thinking I'm Brazilian. Cut the check and the pussy worth $1 million. With a cup, you can pour me up a drink or something. Said he love me cause I told him he the only one. Said I never let a lame nigga fuck for fun. I beat it over, so I told him better throw them racks. If I'm on it, then it's on.
www.love2jamradio.com. It's going down. It's Friday, and we keeping it real low. Shout out to Miss Britt who came through and rock with us. Miss Lovey is in the building rocking with us on the ones and twos, so she hadn't said too much tonight. And we have our other special guest who just arrived, Miss Zen Ashe in the building. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
We actually met you. You were the one putting on the event, and Rosie did her single release, Natural, there. They allowed me to introduce Rosie right before she came up, and you was pretty much the MC the whole night for the most part, and then Kay came in later and was MCing as well. Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, okay. Well, do you want a poem for me to tell you that, or do you just want me to tell you who I am?
Since we like to do stuff on the spot, go
right.
ahead, break us down with a poem. Tell us who. This ain't the gift. You still got to give us the other gift.
Sure. Okay. I didn't know I was giving the gift out, but that's
I'm
okay.
just taking advantage of all I can get. All right, come on, let's go.
My name is Zen Ashe, and I will now unfold the story behind that name and the lessons that it holds. 20 years ago, I worked my way through college ed. Waitressing, I paid the bills, 3 jobs in all. I bled. A day arrived so full of strife, co-workers craved the pill that kept a smile upon my face when they all wanted to kill. What are you on that gives you rest? I need some of your Zen, they stressed. I smiled and just confessed my faith is all I need. Fast forward 10, and once again a day arrived with rage, and in the midst of chaos, others marveled at my grace. hung around, embraced my calm, my total centeredness. Again, they intoned Zen You Be, but I did not see that in me until I embraced my destiny. I had to give in. It took me 20 years to see the purpose of my life, to calm and soothe and to inspire, to dim effects of strife. Ashe came next to a word that means so be it, like amen. Yoruba in origin, it bonds me to lost kin, yet deeper still, like Shayla, written in the Psalms, it means be still and meditate on what you read, ponder long. Yet even more, it means my words exhale with force. They live, they breathe, they change the world, they alter my own course. A writer and a poet, this name states my destiny to exhale living, breathing words that change humanity, that encourage people to consider truth and challenge them to grow, because at the end of everything, self-knowledge must unfold. And so now you know my purpose and you understand my plan. You have just entered the state of Zen. Never be the same again.
Alright. And that is who she is, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so how long have you been doing poetry?
I've been writing for about 35 years. I've just been doing spoken word for about 3 years on and off. You asked me who I was. I'm a high school teacher. And that's a crazy job.
Care to say what school?
Not really.
Just tell us
I'm in the
what
Aldine
district.
I'm in the Aldine district.
Cool.
I teach high school.
So we kind of know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, so I used to really love my job, and then it got more and more stressful, and I had to find a way to kind of get away from the stress and to kind of find myself again. And my kids were getting older. You know, my kids are 24 now. I'm a grandmother, which is crazy. I wasn't even prepared for that. But so they were, you know, leaving the house and everything, and I used to pour myself into them, but I had to kind of find my own thing. And so I had been writing for a long time, started publishing, and that was great, and that was interesting, but then I needed a little more. And so the first time I went on stage was actually at the Sugar Hill Lounge with one of Seven's shows. And it was really, shout out to Seven. And it was really an awesome experience. It just was very addicting. And I didn't do it much for a little while after that, but then kind of I got on the scene and just started doing it all the time. And then I decided, well, some doors open for me to have my own show. And so then I started doing, a year ago, I started doing my own show and bringing about 8 to 10 artists every time. And I call it Laughs and Lyrics. And so we have poetry, comedy, and music. And so it's a platform for up-and-coming indie artists, poets, you know, but it's also for activism. You know, I've reached out to the community. We've had Pure Justice come out. We've done, last year, we did a blanket drive, a coat drive, a toy drive. We're going to be doing the same thing with the holidays coming up. You know, so we've done a lot of community, I guess, activities trying to deal with Black vendors, trying to deal with community outreach, you know, the homeless. We did the survivors seminar. You were talking about domestic violence, so we just did a survivors seminar in the summer where we were focusing on all kinds of issues that people go through, whether it's AIDS or domestic violence or suicide, you know, either people who've been suicidal or they've lost someone to it, you know, just a lot of different issues. So art is a way to heal. And so my little mantra, I got my little shirt on. Get Zen, stay Zen, spread Zen. So I got a clothing line too, you know, so this is kind of my mantra.
Buy Black H-Town.
Buy Black H-Town, yeah. Laughs and Lyrics is my website, you know, www.laughs with a Z, laughs and A-N-D lyrics. So get Zen kind of means to get focused, to get positive, to get your head right, get motivated, get goals. And then stay Zen, you got to find, rituals that help you stay in that positive place. And that could be coming to my show, you know, because music, poetry, comedy, that's a de-stressor. Our lives are really full of stress. If you come out and you laugh, you listen to some great music, you know, you have a couple of drinks while you're there, maybe some hookah if that's your thing. It's a way to get away from that rat race, which is why I even started this, you know, so it's like I get a chance to take care of my own stress and help people take care of their stress, you know, and then you want to spread that Zen. You want to do things that improve the life of people around you. You know, you want to be a positive influence. So that's kind of my little mantra there.
Cool. So when I reached out to you, you did say you had a show coming up. Do you have the information for that show you can give the people right now?
Yeah, my next show is going to be November 3rd at Showtime Bar and Lounge. It's, 8 to 10 is normally the show. I do vendors at that show too. So Bunt Cakeaholic is going to be one of our vendors. Yeah, so they have that alcohol infused cake. They got all kinds of levels, including the Uber, which
You
they
had me
say
at
if
cake.
yeah, they say if you eat the Uber, you're gonna need a Uber because it's got that much alcohol in it.
You might have to come through.
Yeah, I might need to take a vacation
We'll
that
get us
week.
a little section.
Because I ain't getting up for work that morning.
November 2nd.
Huh?
We'll just go
Yeah.
early.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a Sunday, 8 to 10, like I said, and
November
we'll
the 3rd.
we have November the 3rd, and we're gonna have a whole show.
It's a whole week. 2 weeks.
Yeah, we got to
2
check
weeks.
our calendar.
Let me look real
'Cause
quick.
you just-
Go ahead.
Yeah, we gonna definitely try to get that on the calendar. Because that's a Sunday, right?
It's a Sunday. Most of my shows on Sunday. The next show I have after that is November 17th, which again is another event with Bunt Cakeaholic. We're gonna do a whole bunch of vendors that day, so it's gonna be like a whole day event. Mike Beasy and No Curfew Band is gonna be playing during the day from like 12 to 4, and we're gonna have a bunch of vendors out there, and then it's gonna be my show from 8 to 10, and they're actually gonna have food. There's gonna be chef prepared plates. So with your
You had me at food.
yeah, so you're gonna get a plate, you're gonna get, a drink with your ticket, and then come in, either for the day show or for the evening show.
So was that the gift? We get tickets to the show?
I don't know. I ain't seen no tickets yet.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that.
I got a strong
Yeah,
imagination.
I actually have some wristbands in my car, but I can give you guys some
Let
wristbands.
the Lord
yeah.
use you. Amen. But yeah, definitely. That's dope. We definitely gotta make that. I gotta look at the calendar. Cause I'm not sure exactly what we have, but I do remember the date, November the 3rd. So if we don't have anything, we will be there.
It's the 2nd, actually. The 2nd is Sunday.
November the 2nd.
The 2nd. Oh, I'm lying. I lied. Forgive me.
Lovey be in the future, so she probably talking about like
You
2024.
already know. I was like looking at the wrong
When
shit.
you getting booked, your calendar just look like that.
Sorry, excuse me. I'll fix it right away, Mr. Rillos.
So November the 3rd. And that's gonna be a showtime?
That's gonna be a Showtime Bar and Lounge.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Right.
that's close to my house, so I can get lit that
Yeah,
night.
we always get lit at
Yes.
showtime.
So maybe we can figure out some way we can be a part of the event as well, because we do like on the spot interviews. We have the video recording in the back. If artists want to come record some of their poetry in the back, we got Kalani on the beat in the back too. So that's definitely another platform for artists to have, because we're here all about giving artists platforms. So
Indeed.
if
Awesome.
some way we can figure out some way we can link up with you and your show, then we can make it happen. And it'll be something even bigger for the city.
Awesome. That sounds
So,
great.
I want to thank you for coming out. We actually have another show that starts out the mine in the new Miss Cookie, but I got to get your social media for the people before you get out of here. Did you have another poem you wanted to give us? It's your option.
Sure. What kind of poem do you want? You want something funny? I gave you something kind of serious.
It don't matter. Just we'll let Britt pick.
Just do your thing.
Okay, I'll give you something funny since we're
All right,
it's
Lovey, you
Friday
wanna
night. It's Friday night.
Okay, cool.
I'm single, so
Hey, sing, girl.
so I was on Plenty of Fish. I got off of there, so I'm gonna tell you one of my Plenty of Fish stories. Yeah.
In poetry form?
Hold on one
In
second
poetry
before you
form.
start. He can go ahead and get that, please, because it's going to irritate me. And Boris. And it degrade the value of the poem.
Yeah.
And Paul, I need you not to nod
Yeah.
off in the background, because I can see you on the
ain't nodding
camera.
off.
He was
Well,
praying.
you over here like this right here.
When he opened his eyes, he
Like,
said,
yeah, what, they
"Amen."
going to think it's a rocking chair.
Nah,
I got you on camera.
I'm gonna use that in church.
Come on in, please. Come on in, please. We live in here.
This nigga interrupting the show with a mask on.
Dang it on the door.
Quiet Polo's in the building interrupting your poem. We're gonna make him apologize.
In a
I am
moment.
completely sorry.
But we have Zen Ashe in the building. She's about to bless us with something funny.
Yes, something fun. I think you guys are gonna laugh. Okay, Plenty of Fish. Looked at his profile. He was sexy and fine. Got excited to meet him over a glass of wine. Walked into the place. Stepped right through the door. A black Danny DeVito was smiling. So sure my date was behind him. I looked to the side. He tapped me on my shoulder. Said, "I'm your date for tonight." I stifled a cringe. Studied his face for a clue. Where was the man from the pictures I knew? Much shorter than me. Balding. Ashy brown skin. He had the nerve to ask what I thought of him. I tried to be polite. Avoid answering. But he pressed forward so clueless and asked yet again, "Sir, the problem is this, to be frank and true. You said you were 6'1". It looks more like 5'2".
Oh.
You boasted of fitness but look stout and round. In fact, not a single detail from your pictures I've found. I don't want to say more. I don't mean to be rude, but I've never seen nose hairs so boldly protrude. Your hair is all gray, not black. There are teeth that you lack, and surprisingly, there's hair on the top of your back.
Oh.
Your beard is unkempt. It looks moldy and old, and you smell slightly like mustard cheese or black mold.
Mustard cheese.
Mustard cheese.
I came out for some wine, but have no appetite. I think I'll bid you adieu for the night. But before I depart, I must ask, be open. Can I have the name and number of your friend? Because it's obvious. It's obvious you borrowed a picture from somebody you know. But I understand if you'd rather just go. A blind date does not mean that I cannot see.
Yeah.
And it's pretty obvious you catfished me. Wasted my time, but not all is amiss. You inspired a point, Mr. Plenty of Fish.
Hey.
And that was all going on in my head. I didn't say any of that at the time, guys.
I was gonna say, because
but
we were supposed to talk about domestic violence, but when you get up here saying stuff like that, you're promoting it.
no, I was just thinking that in my mind.
Yes, that will make me get real violent.
I was just thinking that in my mind.
And you don't know me, and you might not ever see me again. No, you can't. No, that's disrespectful. He would have. I would have cried if I was him.
I wouldn't have said it to him in person. I just had to say, I don't think we're compatible. I don't know what I said to get out of the date, but we didn't eat nothing. I'm not going to stay there because I was this is not what I expected. I'm sorry.
Sheesh Louise.
Well, at least you was polite about it, because sometimes I just don't call people back, don't say nothing.
I'm saving some money.
If I feel disrespected on the date, then I'm going to disrespect back. I got to get even right then and there.
You got to get them before they get you?
No, I'm going to get them after they get me. I'm going to give them a chance to get me first. If they don't get me, then we have a nice date.
Oh,
but if you got me on the way there, then I'm going to get you on your way home. Just put it like that. And I've had terrible dates, as you can see, on Plenty of Fish. One of my dates, I'm going to talk about it real quick before we get out of here. I was taking her to this little wing spot because we were both about 10 or 15 minutes away. So I'm like, she has a son and she has to find a sitter. She was having trouble with all that stuff. So I was like, it's cool. We can meet there. I'll leave at this time since I'm about 5 minutes closer. I can leave at the same time as you. So she left and she stayed off Cypress Wood and I stayed right off of Airtex. And we drove to the same place. I waited 10 minutes.
Buy you wings?
No.
Buy you city
You were
wings?
close. No, I'm not saying the place. I still go there. So I get there and I'm waiting an hour on her to get here. And mind you, she said she stayed 15 minutes away. So I'm thinking maybe, the babysitter took a long time to get there. So she gets there and I'm just, trying to avoid the fact that she's already an hour late and I'm just talking to her. An hour late.
You waiting?
I was gonna eat my wings. I was still gonna eat. Forget that. So she gets there an hour late, and I'm like, hey, what happened? Was it a wreck on the freeway or something? And she was like, no, I don't drive on the freeways. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I'm 15 minutes away, but it used to take me about an hour to get there.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh, I thought you had something going on with your son. She was like, no, he's at home by himself. And he was 5 years old. So
that baby was not at home by himself.
This kid was at home by himself. She literally said that in her profile, hey, I have a son. It's just me and him. It's only us. And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, maybe I can come be stepdaddy of the year or something. But she left him at home by himself. She was like, she locks him in and she locks the top lock and then goes out the back door so he can't get out and nobody else can get in. I'm like,
but how she get in?
Exactly. I'm like,
because she unlocked the door?
People break in houses all the time.
She breaks probably into the house.
But at that point, she was everything was perfect about the profile and all that stuff, but I just couldn't get past the fact that she said she didn't ride on freeways either. It's one thing if you can't drive on a freeway, but the fact that you can't ride on the freeways at all, I'm like, we're not
So even if
compatible.
you pick her up,
Exactly, we can't get on the freeway.
So you was cool with her
leave her
leave
a fire.
her 5-year-old. That was not an issue.
That wasn't the first issue.
No. He said everything was perfect.
It was, but I found out the fact that she didn't ride the freeway first, so I had to address that issue first. I couldn't even get to the sun. I do things in order, decent and in order. If she told me she don't ride
But
freeways,
you said it was on the profile, so that means
That she had a son.
the first thing was that you said that she had a son, so you knew she was leaving home by herself.
but originally I thought like
She was
maybe the
gonna have a
babysitter
babysitter.
was coming. That's what might have took her longer to get there.
Hey,
When
there's
I
the
found out
babysitter.
it was the freeway there, I was like, oh no, we can't rock like that. I ain't even get to the point where tell her like, why would you leave your son at home by 5 by himself? Like, I wasn't even having that conversation. I couldn't even get to that conversation because you don't ride on freeways. I do comedy shows. Some of these shows we have to get on the freeway to get to the venue. Like you think I'm gonna just park my car on the feet and get out and walk because you don't want to ride on freeways? I'm gonna drop you the fuck off and I'm gonna ride over the bridge and I'll see you when you get there. But that was. I got a lot of
Maybe
plenty.
she was traumatized from an accident or something.
That's what I was.
No, I could tell you one else. No, I'm not gonna tell you about that one. No, we're not doing this.
Okay, good.
But I used to talk to Cookie's cousin.
That's your cousin that left.
But we'll say that.
Like, I'm
We'll-
completely distraught because I sent it to her and everything, and she didn't even watch it.
Oh no.
Oh, that was her cousin, she said?
Oh, you thought did he say jokes?
No. But all of these stories have been true.
I didn't hear what she said.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, no. Everything I say is the truth. No. The first story wasn't her cousin. No. The second story I was about to tell, but Lovey gave me that look. Yeah. No, I didn't tell that
I
joke.
thought he was talking about the first girl.
No. She wasn't related to no.
This
I
is
didn't
a
even want to
Plenty
know.
of Fish story.
I don't even want to know who she was related to. That's how bad that experience was for me. Like,
You have a pattern going. You do have a type.
That was a Plenty of Fish.
no, that was a terrible. I don't have a type.
Don't start with that gum.
Yeah, she already came in here popping it. I'm gonna leave her alone.
What if I like listen?
I'm gonna just tell the story about your cousin early next week before you get here. But we've concluded Real Relos. I want to thank everybody for coming out and rocking with us. If y'all want to stay, feel free to stay. Or we got to get Cookie permission for that. But she does a show called In the Nude with Miss Cookie, where they really get in the nude with the conversations. We find out what y'all like, and there's been a lot of in the news stuff going on lately in the news. So I hope she addresses the pastor and addresses the inmates as well.
I definitely saw the pastor video. I didn't see the other ones, but I saw the pastor.
I heard what was in the other video and I didn't want to see it. It was fine just knowing that it was wrong, and I ain't
fine just knowing it was wrong.
and I ain't going to prison. I'm gonna just walk this straight way. Oh yeah, the other barbershop. See, yeah. We're gonna
She
let
wants
you
to
talk
give her
about that.
social media.
Oh
she
yes,
said.
please.
Okay, on Facebook, you can find me at Zenashe,
She knew that shit was
ZENASE
ridiculous.
Poetry.
That's why she wanted the time to say it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And
Spell it for people.
yeah, ZENASE Poetry. On Instagram, it's ZENASE Poetry all together. So ZENASE Poetry. You can also find my website, www.laughs and lyrics, LAUGHZANDLYRICS.
Cool,
So
and we have a
thank you.
plethora of artists, so we're gonna make sure we send some your way, and maybe we can get like a guest host one day or something like that to just come in and act a fool. I don't know who would act
Let
a
it jump
fool,
take over.
but we're gonna definitely come out and do our thing. But don't go anywhere. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna end Real with Relos. We got In the Nude with Miss Cookie and Queen tomorrow coming up next.